Carifesta, we gather as one, united Caribbean, we join hands in one, big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun,
with pride and passion, time for celebration.
let's show the world, boundless creativity. Let's show the world,
The beauty of our artistry.
let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots, let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
Mark your calendars. On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park. Then the energy turns all the way up at 5 p.m. in Queen's Park. Over 300 still walkers, dancers, drummers, aerialists, a full theatrical production, and a live orchestra will transform the space into a cultural spectacle. Come out and experience live performances from Alison Hines, Mahalia, Mikey, Adrian Clark, Wes Wallace, Nikita, and more. This is more than a show. It's a moment for the region. Admission is free. Don't miss it. Carifesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. On Friday, August 22nd, Queen's Park is the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony.
We gather as one, united Caribbean, we join hands in one, big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun,
with pride and passion, time for celebration.
let's show the world, boundless creativity. Let's show the world,
The beauty of our artistry.
let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots, let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
Mark your calendars. On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're back.
We're back. No, we both look at each other. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning, wherever you are online. We're so happy that you could be joining us for the link up this morning. Tongue feels a little heavy this morning. That must be a sign of tiredness.
It's time for another dose of culture and creativity as we prepare you for Carifesta 15 right here in beautiful Barbados. And when we talk about sun-kissed tropical shorelines, that's just about every beautiful Caribbean island. But All of them will be represented here in Barbados, all 15 of the CARICOM nations. We have 4 associate nations that will be represented, and then a number of countries will also be here to represent various delegations as well as a part of the Carifesta 15 presentation, Josanne.
Right, so I could go home because she's told you everything that we need to know.
We haven't introduced ourselves though. I'm Tisha Hines.
I'm Tisha Hines, and this is Josanne Leonard, my co-host.
That's Josanne Leonard. I think we're going to get people confused.
Oh, no, we're just playing around.
Yeah.
So we're just so really happy, Josanne Leonard here with Tisha Hines, and we're so really happy that you could join us for the Carifesta link up, and we're really counting down now because Carifesta is August 22nd, and it's just, you know, been running crazy. Today we bring you another exciting dose of culture and color and creativity from people and voices from across the region, but also further afield as well. Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be linking with our friends from here in the region, from Anguilla, and we're going to be telling you about an amazing production as well, but I'm going to leave that for Josanne because that's her heart.
Well, yeah, a little Trini thing there. So we had hoped to have Chuck Gordon on this morning, but he's feeling a bit under the weather. He is playing the lead in the tribute to Sparrow, it's called 10 to 1, produced by Camberley Productions of Trinidad and Tobago. They've just had a very successful run at the Central Bank, which you could consider as their run-up to Carifesta. Chuck was going to join us this morning, but he'll be around next week. But we caught up with them in rehearsals as well, so we have a little sneak peek of what that looks like. And of course, this year, last month, Sparrow celebrated his 90th birthday. So it's wonderful that he's a living legend, and this tribute to the mighty Sparrow, which is 10 to 1, is going to be here in Barbados for a couple of runs.
I can hear it playing in my head, but something tells me I'm going to hear a little bit
10
more.
to 1 is murder. Remember, I was trying to say it last time.
Oh,
They're going to
she's
be
singing.
Yeah, they're going to be at the Frank Collymore. So yeah, we have, and then we have another big one. Should we be talking about it now?
Listen, so many major productions coming to Carifesta. I'll leave that to you as well.
Oh, I don't know why she's doing that. I'm throwing that to you this
Because
morning.
I know you love these productions. She's talking about them all day. I love them too. But Josanne, my goodness.
Well, you know, we're so excited. And Tisha and I were running point on this morning because we have the incomparable Mansa Musa in the house. And Chief Moomin, who is the curator and director, has been on the ground in Barbados. And you know, Tisha, what's exciting about this is that it really is what we call a humongous production. There are about 60 cast and production crew members coming in from Ghana. Chief has been on the ground, but what is lovely, like with 10 to 1, is that they have been working with Barbadians, so that there's an additional cast and crew of another 30 to 40 Barbadians working with Mansa Musa, but we're not going to steal Chief's thunder.
No.
We're going to let him tell us a little more about it.
That's
Yeah?
right. So he joined us live here in Barbados and on the ground, but kind of prepping for all that is to come with the crew. Good morning to you and welcome to Carifesta Link Up.
Yes, good morning, and thank you very much for hosting me. Very, very excited to be in Barbados and more excited to participate at Carifesta.
You know, Chief, we actually thought we were talking to you from Ghana this morning, and then we got the Zeppi that you hear at the Coconut Court. So that's, you know, it's absolutely lovely that you could join us this morning.
Absolutely.
So we want to talk a little bit about the production. We know it is mammoth, we know it's very detailed, and we know it's a great story. So share with Barbados and the rest of the region a bit about the production, The Trail of Gold.
Yes. So we have a storytelling platform out of Africa to the world called the Mansa World. And the focus of the Mansa World is to bring African heritage stories, you know, to the global stage. You know that one of the things or the most important thing that unites Africa and its diaspora is our shared history. And so we are bringing that history to life in some of the most epic content that you'd ever see. And then for Carifesta, we're coming with 2 products. We're coming with the Mansa Orchestra, so it's a Pan-African orchestra that is performing songs from our original songs from our production, as well as some other international features. So it's got a very big orchestra, and we're excited to present it at Carifesta on the 24th. But then the big one is our debut theatrical epic titled Mansa Musa and the Trail of Lost Gold. And if you know anything about your West African history, Mansa Musa is one of the most flamboyant, rulers in ancient West Africa around the 14th century, who some say is actually the richest person to have ever lived, who went on this extravagant, caravan Hajj from Mali to Mecca. But what we are really doing is that we're bringing ancient West African stories to life. So in West Africa, there were three great empires and many more, but the three most notable ones are the Ghana, Mali, and Songhai empires. And these empires span almost like 1,000 years. And so our first stories that we're telling focuses on bringing this history to life in a series of theatrical productions. And this is just the first in many of that series. And this story focuses on the founding of one of the biggest empires in West Africa, which is the Mali Empire. And so it's a window into culture, into history, into heritage, into glory, away from the stereotypical content that you may be used to when it comes to stories coming out of Africa, which is usually on the trauma, the poverty, slave trade and all of that. But we know that we have diverse stories, and the Mansa world is bringing out these stories, in the most grand way possible.
Tell us a bit about the collaboration with the locals. I walked into a rehearsal yesterday with the 10 to 1, some young people who were rehearsing chorus lines, and so tell us about what that has been like. Bringing Barbadians into the production. What has the energy been like? How is it working? Are you pleased? Well, I'm sure you are.
Well, that's the exciting thing, right? So the Mansa world, our productions are epic. So in Ghana, we have a cast and crew of about 200. And when we stage our productions, we have about 120 people on stage because of our unique African story style. So, we have the choir, we have the instrumentalists, then we have the dancers, the actors, the narrators, coming together into this really immersive, spectacular kind of production. So the production needs people, and we thought that by bringing it to Carifesta, it was going to provide a wonderful opportunity for cross-cultural collaboration, because I believe that one of the pillars of Carifesta is cultural collaborations, right? That's why, you have all of these countries from the Caribbean coming, as well as other nations. And so it was a perfect opportunity to go into a cultural collaboration. And I must say, I've been very, very excited and impressed with the rehearsal so far. It's an African production, so the dance, is very vigorous. It's African. And so we just sent over the information, the videos of the dance and things, and people just picked it up so seamlessly. I bet when we have the Ghanaian team and the Barbadian team on stage together, you wouldn't tell who is Ghanaian, who is Barbadian. And for me, that really speaks powerfully to the common ancestry, the genes that run through us, the connectivity that binds us as a people, and that Her Excellency Prime Minister Mia Mottley has been really championing greater integration between Africa and the Caribbean. And for this production will stand as an enduring testament of that collaboration, that coming together, because nowhere else can you achieve unity the biggest way possible than through art and culture. Usually art and culture we must start by uniting the hearts of the people before we go on to maybe political, economic integration and all of that. So this is really going to be so symbolic, so powerful. We are coming with a delegation of 70 from Ghana. And I know that by the time that the Barbadian team is finished, we'll actually have about 80, because it's not just the performance, but also the crew who will be supporting the production. We'll have almost about 50 to 60 Barbadian performers, and we'll probably have about 20 crew members, so it's going to really be a mammoth theater production, and I think that's actually going to be one of the triumphs of Carifesta this year.
All right, I can absolutely see that. And in speaking about integration, this definitely is that move toward that integration personified on stage. I cannot wait to see it. Let's step back just a little bit and talk logistics, because you're talking about these big numbers coming here to Barbados, having to put in a lot of work. I mean, you're on the ground, setting the scene, I would imagine, getting things in place for that team. What does it take for a team of this size to be able to come to Barbados to be a part of Carifesta 15?
Well, it takes an arm and a leg. I have to confess, it's been it's been tough, and that's one of the major problems. Even and it's a good example because travel between Africa and the Caribbean is really very restricted, and you have to travel through Europe, or the America also. So the travel options are very limited, and so it's been a lot of challenge, trying to get transit visas for a team of 60 plus, having to justify why you have to get transit visas and all of that. So it's been very, very tough, very, very difficult. We face a lot of challenges back at home, but the first team is already airborne as we speak. To Barbados. It's going to be a long flight for them. They are connecting from Morocco to Toronto, to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Barbados, Bridgetown. So, and I mean, you can imagine coming with our drums, our costumes, and everything. So the preparation on ground from Ghana to Barbados is huge, and had it not been just for the sheer commitment of the parties involved in this production, I think we'll probably have abandoned it long ago. So the travel should not be, a difficulty for us, no matter how difficult it is. It shouldn't be the reason why this shouldn't happen. And obviously it has huge financial implications as well to bring all of this team. And then obviously locally as well, I know that a new theater is being built, the National Performing Arts Center, that's being built to host a lot of productions in Barbados, and this is where this production is going to be. So getting it ready in time, sourcing all the materials that we need locally. But we are working with very competent people. I must give props, the flowers to Rashida and her team. I think that they've been coordinating all of this seamlessly. And in terms of the preparations on the ground, once I got here, I was really very confident that we are onto something, and just sitting back and watching the rehearsal process, the various directors. So we have a Barbadian choreographer that we send the dance steps to, and now she's training them. We have a Barbadian music director that we sent the music to, and he's also training the team. And so I've been very, very impressed with the quality, with the talent here on the island. And I think that, as I said earlier, this is going to be a great triumph. But of course, it comes with its hurdles. But nothing great comes without a little challenge, right?
Oh my goodness, This is just absolutely amazing, and testimony to when we have the will, what we can get done. So now that we have this much more information that has been shared with our audience this morning, or audiences, let's tell them a bit. We just want to let them know how and where Mansa Musa is going to be. So you've already said you're going to be at the National Performing Arts Center, which is a new purpose-built center in Newton, and that's ongoing as we speak. And I'm advised by the artistic lead, Michelle Cox, as fresh off hot the press to make sure information is accurate, is that you'll be doing a matinee performance on Sunday the 24th. From 2:30 to 4, I think it is, which is just the orchestra, and that's really great.
Yeah, the music.
Music, and that's going to be at the Grand Market at Waterford. So that's correct so far.
Yes.
It could change.
Absolutely.
But for those of us like me and Tisha and others who really want to see the big performance, we should tell our viewers and listeners that it is on Thursday the 28th at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the new National Performing Arts Center in Newton. That's going to be on Thursday the 28th, and then there'll be so we talked about the matinee in the Grand Market and that performance. That's amazing.
Right. Yeah.
But on the 28th, there's going to be I think there's supposed to be the afternoon, the matinee performance, and then the evening performance as well.
Ah, that's correct. I know. You see, that's when you're doing things on the fly. So yeah, we have the orchestra performance at the Grand Market on Sunday the 24th from 2:30 to 4. Then we have a matinee performance, which is obviously for the younger ones, those who are going to school and younger people, and that will be 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Correct?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then we have the big people like us, which will be 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Great, we got it right.
I so look forward to these performances. I don't know what your initial thoughts are of Barbados on, coming here. I heard how you feel about the team you're working with and how they're working, but in kind of tacking back, so to speak, to that integration that you talked about and seeing our people who often look very similar. Your initial thoughts on coming here to BIM?
I mean, I tell you a funny story. I saw someone a couple of days ago who looked so much like my auntie. For a month, like, is this haircut? I knew there's no way she was in Barbados. I nearly ran to her and said, Auntie, Auntie, Auntie. But yeah, you've been seeing familiar faces all over. No, I think it's a beautiful place. Barbados is often compared to Ghana in terms of how chill the island is. I mean, maybe Ghana is a bit more hyper, but there's a lot of similarities between Ghana and the island. And I like the vibe here. It's, no rush, things are going. I think that my observation is that systems are kind of working. People are very methodical and people are very friendly, right? I've been getting very friendly smiles and things. I'm yet to go out too much, across the island because I'm rehearsals, back in the hotel, meetings. But a couple of days ago, some friends took me out to have some Barbadian national dish at a restaurant called The Old House, I think. And I had a national dish, kuku, which was similar to what we have, our fufu or banku. And I've been feeling homesick for some home meals, and so that was very good to have. I had it with salted fish. And I was just telling friends that I'm not really the travel type, although I travel a lot around the world, but I don't see myself living out of Ghana. But I said I found myself saying if I could live anywhere out of Ghana, I think that I like the island vibe in Barbados. Maybe because that was the first Caribbean country. So let me travel across all the other Caribbean countries. And
you gotta come to Trinidad.
We definitely have to shout. We definitely have to shout out to the BTMI. Then we have to work on that airlift because I know from off the Cape Verde Islands to here is just over 4 hours. We shouldn't have our people traveling all this distance to be able to get here to the region. So we definitely have to work on that. And we are looking forward to Mansa Musa on stage, embodied, of course, the Trail of Lost Gold. I am so intrigued. I'm going to make sure that everybody in my circle is there. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in person. Have a good one.
Thank you.
There's one appeal that we make, and I'll just make it on the platform. And we encourage people to just read a little bit about the history. Read about Mansa Musa, read about the ancient Mali Empire. It helps give context, even though you don't know anything at all, you still follow. But it's a history lesson. So some people read a bit, and when they see the production, they read more. Some people don't read, but they see the production, they're inspired to read more. And it's a family-friendly production, and we actually always encourage families to come out to see the production. Young people are really inspired when they also see it. So thank you all, and it's been great. And I really thank Barbados for inviting us, to Auntie Mia for her visionary leadership in championing this collaboration.
All right, great to see you, Chief.
Chief, thank you so much, and we'll be seeing and hearing more of you. We're sure. Maybe we will organize some Bajan and Trini and Jamaican food, so you're not so homesick because so much of the food is similar. We gotta make that.
Bring it on.
We gotta make that little 2-burner thing in your room work well too. Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful connection, and he's right here in Barbados, kind of setting the scene, making sure everything is in place and prepping. Now, when we come back, it's time to hear from our Anguilan delegation.
And they're very excited about coming as well. They've been very busy coming out of their summer festival, but they're really excited, and we're going to be hearing from them,
Carifesta.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Croft. I am a spoken word poet, writer, and educator from the beautiful island of Anguilla. This will be my third time at Carifesta. I've been to Carifesta in 2017 and 2019, both in Barbados and Trinidad. It was a fantastic experience. I loved connecting with other creatives. I've actually made some amazing connections with friends that I am still in contact with today, and I'm looking forward to seeing at this year's Carifesta. As a creative in the Caribbean, I think Carifesta is incredibly important, not only to connecting fellow creatives across the region, but to acting as a platform where we can legitimize the arts. As a writer myself and also a teacher, I think it's very important that we continue to push creative arts for children as alternative avenues for not just success monetary-wise, but also just expression and preservation of Caribbean culture.
Hey guys, my name is Viggy. I am the Groovy Monarch of Anguilla. Well, actually a two-time undefeated Groovy Monarch of Anguilla. I've been doing music now for 15 years and can't wait to see you guys at Carifesta. What I love most about what I do is the reaction I get from the crowd. It's a very, very distinct feeling when you transfer that energy onto the crowd and they can give you back that. And with Viggy music, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of high vibes. And you can make sure to check out that same energy on Soca Night for Carifesta. Well, I've never been to Carifesta before, so I'm mostly looking forward to the networking, seeing the culture displayed, and just understanding exactly how Carifesta work, what it's exactly about, and being able to share a little bit of Viggy with the Carifesta stages.
Hello, Carifesta. I am Roxanne Webster, better known as Queen Roxy, hailing from the tranquil island of Anguilla, multi-crowned Calypso monarch and several crowned Soca monarch as well. We're definitely looking forward to coming to Barbados to stir it up for Carifesta 2025. You can look forward to new music, spicy and interesting soca that you will absolutely fall in love with. Carifesta is important to me because it's all about all Caribbean islands merging into one unit, networking with multi-talented people. I'm talking about my Calypso brothers, my Calypso sisters, singing stars, and of course, look out for Anguilla because we have a lot to offer. Carifesta, we will definitely see you.
Hey, my name is Chef Sweets, Kelson Kana for some people. I'm the executive chef for Leon's. I started cooking when I was 14 years old. Still in school, but after school I would go to English shows and, you know, just fall in line, peel onions, cut up wings, fish, do whatever, you know. Yeah, I'm really excited for Carifesta 2025. Actually, 2019 in Trinidad was the last Carifesta just before COVID, and that was an explosion of culture, to be honest. Cuisine, arts, music, fashion. So I'm really looking forward to Barbados this time. And actually Barbados held it in 2017. So it's kind of a rerun again. It's pretty much our first time going to Barbados. So we got a lot in store. We're looking to soak up the culture there, try to put a twist on what we do, incorporate what they do, and have fun.
Carifesta.
What a treat hearing from the Anguillan delegation. Full disclosure, I've never been to Anguilla and I can't figure out the accent. I mean, it's like a mix of something and I can't get it figured out, but I can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Okay, so yeah, you haven't been to Anguilla.
No.
Yeah, it's too tiny for you or what?
I've not been to, I mean, there's so many islands that I've been to, but I definitely want to make the effort to go to all of them. That definitely is a part that's on my bucket list. I have to visit every Caribbean country.
All right, so we could get the
That's my thing to do.
Yeah, we could get the BTMI on a junket and we could just go all the way through, right? Okay, that was a shameless plug, eh? Okay, so yeah, it's so really great to see our friends in Anguilla, and we know more coming up. And you know, the thing about this program too, true confession here. You know, as much as we'd like to do things and produce long in advance, actually people are confirming, they're saying, oh no, we can't do this morning, can we do later? And we're just really trying to ensure that you here in Barbados as the host country, as the people welcoming everyone to your shores, that you are actually you know, you're getting a taste of all of these people coming and all the events that are going to be taking place. And talking about events, we did miss Chuck Gordon this morning, and he's not feeling too well. I know he's looking on, so feel better, Chuck, because them pipes got to be working for come next week.
Absolutely. He was going to be on to talk about the 10-to-1 production. It doesn't mean that we can't mention it quickly because, as you said, the Mighty Sparrow turned 90 just a few weeks ago, and we have to give our Caribbean people their flowers before they leave us. So we absolutely look forward to that. Now, Josanne was singing, and in the interest of the cruise heirs, they pulled up this song to play. The real deal, because you were singing a piece of the song. We want everybody to be prepared for when we hear what's going on about this production next week.
No, well then I'll put on my good singing voice and I will sing a good Sparrow classic. You know
I want to hear you sing it 10-to-1.
Well, I can't remember the whole verse, but I mean I remember the chorus line. 10-to-1 is murder.
I think we have the originator singing a little bit of it as we prep for that presentation. We're going to hear, of course, next week more about what it will look, sound, and feel like on stage.
Yeah, and they're one of the productions that are going to be at the Frank Collymore Hall. And I think they start arriving from Sunday, actually, again, because like Mansa Musa, they came in, they auditioned a number of Barbadian creatives, and so as I said yesterday, I stole a little clip of them rehearsing, and they were going through the lines. The road make to walk on Carnival Day. You know, I mean,
She fancies herself a singer, you know.
no, I actually going to sing Kaiso before I did it. Go honest to God, that and play pan. But so yeah, so 10 to 1 is one of those really lovely musical theatrical productions from the region to look forward to. Yeah.
Absolutely. We want to make sure you are ready for all that is to come with Carifesta 15. All right. Make sure that you're a part of it, whether you tune in online, like many of you who are joining us through Carivision and across other stations all across the Caribbean. We want to thank you for tuning in, but call somebody up, book a ticket. Come
Online,
to Barbados.
Remind them about the online where they could go get all this information.
Carifesta.net.
Carifesta.net. The entire festival schedule as it's updated, where things are happening, what the events are. There's something for everyone and then some.
Absolutely. And that's another wrap for Carifesta Link Up. Believe it or not, but the excitement is only building as we get closer to August 22nd.
Great. So thank you, Josanne. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to all of our guests. Anguilla, Chief Moonen. Who else did we have on the program? Well, they were remote. And thank you for just being with us. Keep looking, keep viewing, keep listening. And most importantly, go get your passes, go get your tickets. Check out the website. And when we come back on Monday, well, God knows who we're going to have on the program, but it's going to be packed come next week, because that's when everyone starts arriving. Have a great weekend, everyone. We love you. Carifesta Link Up saying, mwah. See you on Monday.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Our roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta, Barbados. Carifesta.